welcome back, it's Libby. I'm in my kitchen this afternoon and I'm actually bottling my kombucha. So I made 2 big jars of kombucha about 2 weeks ago, and they're now ready for bottling. The reason I know they're ready is because they form a white disc on the top, and I'm going to show you the disc now. I've put it in, I've taken it off this top of the kombucha and I've put it in this little Pyrex dish to show you. So I'm just going to hold it back. I'm using everything plastic or glass. That is the SCOBY. Yeah, it looks quite weird. It's white. It's quite white. So you'll know it's ready when it forms another disc on the top. The other kombucha, the other SCOBYs are probably more brown, and this is a fresh one. So I shall use this on my next ferment. So if I was to make, like, I've only got that amount and I wanted to make 2 big jars of it, I could basically cut that in half, use a plastic knife, cut it in half, and 1 part will go on one side and 1 part will go on the other bottle. And that will be enough to make your kombucha. You need to also remember when you're bottling it that you make sure your glass jars or glass bottles are clean and they're sterilised. These have been sterilised for 20 minutes in an oven of 120 degrees centigrade for, as I say, for about 20 minutes. You can put them in the dishwasher, that's fine. But you need to make sure they're really, really sterilised. This is the bottle I'm going to keep one side, and I shall put 2 cups of kombucha in here, ready for my next brew. And the reason I do that is so that they don't get drunk. And especially today, because I'm going to flavour my kombucha. Now, I normally don't flavour my kombucha. I normally drink it as it is, just plain. I've made a few different tastes with it, different flavourings. I've experimented lots of different things, and I still like the plain kombucha. I did make some a few years ago. I've been making kombucha for about 6 years now, but I did make some once with apples and some with fresh pears. And although they were really delicious, because they've got a very high concentrate of sugar, one of the bottles actually exploded, and I had a bit of a mess in my cupboard. You don't want that to happen, because kombucha on the floor is very sticky. It's very delicious, but I was also annoyed because I'd lost a whole bottle of kombucha and the bottle as well. So these bottles have these spring-loaded tops, which I just put one on so you can show. I'm not going to put more on, but these are the sort of bottles you need. You can use normal bottles with a ring top, but these have no metal. These are all plastic, so that's why I use these. Okay, so you're best to get some of these. They're not expensive. I'll be perfectly honest, I've had mine for a long time. What you can do, sometimes you can get these. This one was a lemonade bottle, I think I got from Aldi or Lidl, and these have the spring ones as well. Sometimes you get olive oil as well in them, and you give them a good wash and you can reuse them. So just try and reuse what you can. So today the flavourings, it's dead simple. It's already been made. It's been 2 weeks. When it's cold, it takes about 2 weeks. When it's a warmer climate, it can take just probably 5 or 6 days. The summer last year was really hot in the UK, and my kombucha was brewing in about 5 or 6 days, ready to go. You can taste it a little bit. You can take a spoon and you can just go down the side and get a little bit out and try it. If it tastes right for you, then you know it's ready. Or you just wait a little bit longer if you like more of a stronger brew. But you don't want it to get to a point where it goes like to vinegar, because that's not very tasty. So you'll need a few things to bottle. You need your glass bottles. You'll need a plastic sieve, and I use this particular just for my kombucha. I just bought it for that. Not expensive, a little plastic sieve. That will go in the top of the kombucha bottle, ready to bottle it in through the top there. I've got some flavourings. So I've got some lavender. I've got some rose petals. I've got some ginger. And I've got some turmeric. They're slices, enough to just pop it in the bottle. I don't want them too thick. Now, I'm going to be really, really basic. And I'm going to show you what ginger and turmeric looks like, because I had a friend who didn't know what it looked like. So I thought, you know, I'm going to assume you don't know what ginger looks like and assume you don't know what fresh turmeric looks like. This is ginger. It grows, this is the root of the ginger plant, and you get it in supermarkets quite regularly. And this is turmeric. Again, this used to be particularly difficult to get, but now in supermarkets, a bit gnarly looking. You want to try and get organic if you can. If you can't get organic, this is not organic. Normally I buy it from an independent grocery online which specialise in organic products, but this particular one was from a supermarket. So I've taken the skin off just to make sure it hasn't got any pesticides. So you don't normally have to take the skin off if you don't want to. Okay, so I have taken the liberty of already putting 1 bottle of the kombucha in a plastic jug there. Okay, you can use glass. So I'm going to just take this and I'm going to fill it up. Now I'm not going to fill it too far because it will go over, and I just want to I'm going to just fill up 1, and I'm just going to show you the idea. So it does fizz up, so you do need to make sure you don't get so far to the top and it fizzes out. So it just needs to settle, and I probably won't fill it right to the top. I'll probably fill it up just before the top. That's it, before it fizzes over. You see that's come right near to the top. It's very fizzy already. Okay, so let me just set that one aside. I'm going to remember just to put some of this in here because I will forget if I'm not careful. So I'm just going to estimate here. This jug has a good spout on it, so I can actually judge. That's about 2 cups full. If you've only got a little bit of kombucha left, I mean honestly a little tiny bit, you can use it. It will take a little bit longer, but it will ferment quite well. If you haven't got any starter and you haven't got any SCOBY, you can get it online, and it will come in a little sealed pouch with about half a cup of kombucha, and you just use that as your starter. It will take a lot longer at the beginning, but gradually as you get going you'll be able to get more of it. All right, but you need to constantly be making this because you drink it really quickly, and you don't want to drink too much at a time. I would say a small inch in glass to start off with because it has a little bit of a laxative effect. Once you get used to drinking it, it's fine, but just that first couple of weeks or month or so, just be careful how much you drink. You don't need much. It's a probiotic, so it helps to feed your gut with flora and fauna. It keeps it nice and healthy. It's a probiotic, not a prebiotic. Okay, so I filled that up. I'm just going to fill a couple more. So I'm just going to quickly do that. I probably just won't put all of the kombucha in, so it just saves a bit of time. And I'm just going to flavour some of these brews. Okay. So I use green tea. You can use black tea. It will make it a lot darker, and it doesn't necessarily have a stronger flavour. It depends how long you've made the tea. I normally leave mine in for about 10 minutes, the tea. Okay, so I've got 3 bottles. I've just run quite small so you can get the idea. So the first one I'm going to flavour. I'm just going to flavour this one. It's only a small bottle, but I've got some more kombucha in this other jar here, but I'm not going to mess around with that right now. So I'm going to flavour this with some rose petals. Okay, now I've made this before and it's absolutely divine. So I'm going to put in about, this is a tablespoon. Actually, the whole amount I've put in this little dish is about a tablespoon. So that is the tablespoon. Okay, I'm going to put it in here. Now this is going to take a little bit of patience to drop it. And I'm just going to basically just drop it in. So you could put it in like a little linen bag or something like that. But I just find it a little bit, it doesn't matter. I don't really want to put cloth in here. So it is a bit messy, just go all over the place. Should have done this one last, shouldn't I? Because I've now got ginger flavoured rose. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So this will make it a nice like rose flavour, really delicious. So I'll just literally swirl that round. Now it will just settle at the top and it'll probably sink down as it gets some water inside it. And then I'll just top it up to the top with kombucha. I'm not going to do that now because it's pretty obvious how you'll do that. And then what you do is you just put the stopper on and leave it one side. You can label it if you want to, but be perfectly honest, you can see that it's got rose in. And if you're only making it for yourself, you will know. So when you come to drink it, you just pour it through a little plastic sieve, like a tea sieve, like a tea leaf sieve. So that's the rose. The next one I'm going to do is I'm going to make I'll do this one with, I'm going to use ginger. Okay, so I'm going to put about 3 slices, small slices of ginger in this bottle. I'm going to put another one in because I've got a little tiny sliver here. So probably about an inch worth of ginger. Now, if you like it strong, then you can add a bit more. I like it strong, so I'm going to add a bit more. So it's basically, this recipe is basically to taste. So if you make it and you think, oh, that's a bit gingery, next time I probably won't use quite so much. So kind of work around with the flavouring. But that's your ginger kombucha, okay? Because you can't see that, you might want to put a label on it. And the last one I'm going to put in is lavender. Now, the lavender flavoured kombucha is absolutely gorgeous. I just love the lavender. So again, I'm going to put about a tablespoon of lavender. Now, I dry this. This is out of my garden. Just take out those little woody bits, and I get a big bag full. I mean, honestly, this is the amount I got. I've got a whole envelope full of lavender, and you can smell it. It's gorgeous. I put it in my bath. I put it in potpourri, you know, that sort of thing. Again, it's a bit messy to put in, and it's a bit fiddly, but we're going to put that in. Oh, this is going to be tricky, so it'll probably be better if I just put it like this through the... It will go a bit everywhere, but it smells really lovely. So I'm getting a bit of a smell of the lavender. So I'm going to put a little bit more in, that'll be about enough. And again, I'm just going to swish it around. This one's a little bit to the top, but again, you'll get the idea. It will float to the top, and then it will probably sink down. It might not do, but it will flavour it with the lavender. Now, these aren't going to be ready for drinking now till probably a couple of weeks, because you want these flavours to infuse. So if you want to drink it plain, then you just make a bottle like this plain, and you can just put here plain kombucha, because some people don't like the flavouring. As I say, you can put fruit in, you can try all sorts of things. I've done ginger and turmeric before, or you can just do turmeric on its own. I've left this turmeric, but you get the idea. You just basically put a few chunks in and leave it. And then you're just going to put the lids on, like so, and put a label on it and store it either in a cold pantry. I would stand it up like this, I wouldn't lay it down. Now when you open it, it will fizz everywhere. So a word of warning, I would literally, once in a while, burp it. So put in a little alert on your phone and just say, burp my kombucha. Probably every first couple of days you'll need to do it, yeah? But if you leave it in the fridge, if you put a bottle in the fridge, it probably won't need burping. It will probably keep nice and cold, and it won't fizz up. What I tend to have to do, if I don't have a bottle in the fridge and I want to drink it straight away, I'll have to literally pour it in to this jug and decant it into the jug, because it will fizz everywhere. And what you don't want is it to go all over your ceiling and have to repaint your ceiling. It will make a bit of a mess. It's very sticky. Okay, so actually I think that's my lot. Actually, I don't think there's anything I need to tell you. Just enjoy. And now this is made and I'll wash the jars out, I'll make another batch tonight and I'll sit it on the side, and then I've got a constant flow of kombucha. As I say, it took 2 weeks for it to be made, and so I've been waiting because I didn't have any more made, so I can show you the flavouring. So lavender, rose and ginger, one with turmeric. As I say, you can use lots of other different flavours. Have an experiment and let me know how it goes. Thanks so much for watching. This is going to be the second part of the kombucha video. So what I'll do is I'll put it in a playlist so you've got it all together so you don't have to search for it. Have a lovely rest of your day. It's Wednesday here, so I've got a little bit of work to do this afternoon, got some planning to do, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and if you know anybody else would like to watch this video, get some inspiration about making kombucha, then please share the video with them. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.